Alright, yun. So magandang araw and welcome back again to another weekly market briefing video. So today is November 25, 2024, around 3:16 p.m. Philippine time. So ayun, medyo na-late lang yung ating upload in our weekly market briefing. But ayun, as always, deliver natin to with the goal of helping everyone to become prepared no, for the week ahead or for the trading week ahead. So as always, ang gagawin natin, ang flow natin is to look at the indices, look at the market through a top-down perspective, ano yung nangyari last week, ano yung main headline for last week, main event, and at the same time, titignan din natin yung following sectors, indices, yung mga macro benchmarks natin. Then we will get into other markets like Philippine stocks, Philippine exchange, and crypto, no? So papiyawan lang natin siya. And then we're gonna go to our focus list or yung mga stocks in focus natin for this trading week. So last week was quite fruitful and ang ganda ng trading week last week. For momentum traders, for swing traders, and everyone, even trend followers. So market state indices recovers above the 10-day moving averages. So even the SPY recovered above the 10-day moving average kahit na last week medyo naging choppy yung market move niya, no? So nagkaroon ng onting gap down, kala natin mag-engulf, failed gap fill, but eventually it end of day naging okay yung candle for the SPY. So main headline last week or the headline for last week was yung Nvidia's earnings, no? Yun yung main event last week. So Nvidia's earnings was quite flat. Actually, kung babalikan natin yung Nvidia, medyo nagcho-chop around lang siya right now, no? But bottom line dyan, nawala yung anxiety on Nvidia earnings, no? So nagkaroon ng confidence or na-regain yung confidence ng market with Nvidia's earnings. So nagkaroon ulit ng bullish momentum in AI-related software names like Palantir, blockchain, nuclear, and other related themes. So key event this week rather, is core PCE and Q3 GDP estimate. So meron tayong two high impact news or high impact data releases this week. Actually tatlo, no? FOMC minutes, core PCE, tapos yung ating GDP growth rate, second estimate for Q3. So we'll see, no? Ano yung mangyayari this Wednesday. So, maybe magkakaroon tayo ng onting follow through this Monday, Tuesday up to Wednesday. Then, let's see ano yung maging reaction ng market bandang second half of the trading week. So, main question for this trading week, ano ba yung magiging reaction ng market towards Scott Bessent, no, as the newly appointed US Treasury Secretary. So, actually, kung makikita natin yung ating Nikkei looks good naman, quite flat, and Asian markets are okay so far. Maganda yung reaction ng market with Scott Bessent as the new US Treasury Secretary. So, tapos na yung term ni Janet Yellen. So, markets are perceiving this new US Treasury Secretary as something good for the US stocks, basically. Yun. So, according to Puro Sacena, the new US Treasury Secretary Scott Bessent is a pro-growth and the market views him as a fiscal hawk. So, yada yada. Basically, parang bottom line is good siya for the stock market. So, anyway, let's go back to our market state. So far last week, Friday, so most indices are up for the day, even the week. Most indices are up above the 10 and 20-day moving average, and most especially the 50-day moving average. So IWM MDY outperforms the SPY by more than 1%. More stocks are above the 20-day moving average, 50 and 100-day moving average. So overall, market bread doing good. So in terms of bull momentum bread, we can see stocks advancing more than 70%. So in the whole stock universe, 70% of them of all stocks, 70% of the stocks are advancing. Tapos 29% dyan may positive volume spikes, up volume spikes. So merong significant volume spike, Tapos up pa siya for the day. So overall, bull momentum is okay. So we are under momentum line for the second day. And let's see if masustain niya yung momentum, yung bullish momentum for the next 3 to 5 days. So usually kasi momentum land market type natin, tumatagal lang siya mga around 2 to 5 days. Yun yung parang usual range niya, no? So if you're a momentum and swing trader, you need to take advantage of it. Okay? So, yan. So let's go back to our SPY. So far doing good. We're above the 10, 20, 50, and 100 day moving average. So the Qs as well, although quite still below the 10-day moving average, a declining 10-day moving average, but overall we're still above the 20-day moving average. For MDY, all-time high breakout, all-time closing high. So nothing to discuss here. Here's day na malakas yung momentum ng ating mid-caps. So for this week, maybe mag-shop around tayo, maybe magkaroon ulit ng rotation to large caps, or we don't know. But looking at these candles with significant volume spikes, di mo ikakala na dapat naka-focus ka din dapat on mid-caps. So same with IWM. IWM about to break above all-time high. So if we're gonna look at the bigger picture of IWM, the small cap index, or small cap ETF benchmark natin, we're still under accumulation, di ba? So since 2021, we're under accumulation, almost 2 to 3 years accumulating in small caps. So if we break above the all-time high level in small caps, maybe the next target is at around $300. So malaki pa yung upside potential ng small caps or for the small cap or for small cap stocks. For RSP, the equal weighted S&P 500, we're above the 10, 20, 50, and 100 day moving average. All key moving averages are rising. Ibig sabihin nun, yung RSP, yung equal weighted S&P 500 natin, it's telling us na the rally or the bullish momentum or bullishness is spread out. So, hindi na siya concentrated in the Mag 7, hindi na siya concentrated on mega caps, large caps, and everything. Ano na siya, balance na yung ating market rally. Same with the equal weighted Qs. So, nag-breakout na tayo dito sa multi-month big base na yan. Diba? So, thankfully, nakaalis na rin tayo dito sa ating $92, $92.50 na resistance area, no? So, nagkaroon ng onting bull trap. Right now, it's being invalidated, tong bull trap na yan. So, same thing with the RSP. Main message niyan is a broadening out of market rallies. So, that's our key indices. So, same yung MMTW natin. Let's look at the chart. So, approaching tayo to overbought level. So, if we're at around 71, 75 level, dapat at least we're already unloading positions. If you're a swing momentum trader, you're already taking profit. So, actually, kahit ako, I'm planning to take profits maybe around Tuesday, Wednesday. Tignan natin ano yung maging reaction ng market, no, for the first half of the week. But so far, I think ang pinaka key dito is ano din eh, balancing act siya eh. Balancing act to, no? Parang taking profits, letting your winners run, taking profits, tapos rotate mo to new ideas. So, kaya ang dami kong hawak, no? Ang dami kong ginagawang rotations. So, basically ang ginagawa ko dyan, I'm taking profits, rotate, take profit, rotate. Letting winners run. So, ganun. So, same with MMFI. Actually, wala pa naman tayo sa overbought level. So, malaki pa yung upside potential overall. Wala pa tayo dun sa super overbought levels. So, now let's look at the RS charts ng growth and value. S&P 500 growth versus value. So far, value is outperforming growth with respect to the large cap segment, the SPY. For equal weighted Qs, so basically equal weight non-mega cap name sa Nasdaq 100 are outperforming the Qs. So now let's look at MDYG, MDYV. So ano ba yung nag-outperform with growth versus value? So far, bigger picture, value is outperforming growth, diba? But right now, we are seeing this bear trap event with respect to the growth versus value RS chart. So growth might outperform value maybe for the next coming months. Same with small caps. you can see overall outperformance in terms of value names in the small caps. So if you want to have exposure in quality small cap names, you look for the components under the ETF CALF, CALF. So pwedeng dito ka makahanap ng mga undervalued, high quality growth, high free cash flow names na small cap. So now let's go to our macro benchmarks. Yes, 10-year. So dropping below 4.4%. So far, parang nagkakaroon na tayo ng onting reversal. Maybe this is a bull trap, di ba? This is good for equities, actually. So a declining US 10-year is good for equities. So lalong-lalo na parang may new appointed US Treasury Secretary, tapos considered siya sa fiscal hawk. So expecting na bumaba yung US 10-year natin. Same with the dollar, di ba? So maybe ito na yung rejection candle for the dollar. One good thing with the DXY is if we break below 106, that's gonna be good for equities. Maybe yun yung maging super tailwind for equities for the month of November to December. But we need to have an open mind na if we rally towards 108, 109, magiging concerning na to for US stocks, for US equities. Syempre, if you have the dollar rising, mas mahirap ng bumili from US suppliers, US services providers. So, most likely baka bumaba yung earnings sa mga companies. So, lalong-lalo na papunta na rin tayo dun sa next earnings cycle, earnings season, di ba? So, that's our DXY. Important na we drop below 106.7. That's the level we are looking at. Or the 107 level na lang. Break below 107 or the 10-day moving average is good for equities. In terms of Fed liquidity, overall liquidity, still quite flat. Still undecided yung ating Fed liquidity benchmark. But so far, still consolidating, di ba? What you want to see with our Fed liquidity benchmark is to break above 6 trillion again. So, dapat spend na nila to. Spend na nila tong pera nila in the US Treasury General Accounts. So now let's look at commodities. Dr. Copper. So at the daily time frame, still quite flat and declining for the last few weeks. So kumbaga bumaba pa yung demand for copper, which is one of the most used industrial metal. So pinaka-message niyan sa overall global macro is weaker demand, no? Weaker demand, ibig sabihin weaker economic activity. So US oil as well, quite flat, still ranging at 67 to 70 dollar level, $72 level. So quite undecided pa rin US oil. Kahit na medyo may onting rising geopolitical conflict with Ukraine and Russia. So mukhang wala nang pakialam yung US oil with that. So ayun, what we want to see is for US oil to drop, then that's gonna be good for equities again. Siyempre, lower inflation. And if lower inflation, mas magiging, tawag dito, mas magiging, yung Fed, being motivated sila or mas ma-encourage sila to cut interest rates again. So, in line with that, let's go to our semi-Fed watch tool. So, actually, yung natin, yung rate cut probability for December 18, bumaba siya, 1 month ago, 74% yung probability for a 25 basis point rate cut on December 18. Pero looking at the current probabilities right now, nasa 56.2% na lang. So, mababa yung probability dahil dun sa comment ni Chair Jay Powell na di naman daw sila mamadali in cutting rates kasi malakas naman daw yung economy, gumaganda naman daw yung labor market, tapos nagkakaroon pa ng uptick in inflation. So, naging siya, key hawkish remark na hindi nagustuhan ng market. So, we shall see. Kaya ang gusto natin talaga bumagsak yung US oil, bumagsak yung copper and other industrial metals para bumaba din yung inflation, overall inflation. Now, let's look at gold. Medyo may bearish engulfing candle tayo at 2,700 level. So, mukhang nag-resist tong 20-day moving average. So, it looks like nagkikreate siya ng head and shoulder pattern. We don't know. But, near targets na rin tayo or at targets na tayo or way beyond targets na rin tayo. So coming from this big accumulation base, 1618 target is at 23, the 2.0 target is at 25, and the 2.5 target is at 27. So nasa target na rin tayo, di ba? So ang dami ng profit taking na nangyayari dyan. Ang dami ng profit taking na nangyayari dyan. So maybe we're gonna transition to a stage 3 distribution for gold. Chop around tayo at these levels, 2.5 to 2.7, we don't know, but since we're at targets, medyo stay away muna from gold related names or gold miners. Same with silver, looks like a bull trap, diba? Looks like a bull trap. So ito yung big accumulation since 2020. We tried to break above it, nag-rally siya but got faded. So ito yung bull trap event, diba? Bull trap event. Tapos hindi pa rin siya nag-recover above $33 area. So that's our gold. So in terms of bonds, AGG still dropping, still below the 20, TLT still below the 20. Just by looking at the US 10-year, kita natin talagang olats yung ating bonds. So now let's look at PSE. So PSE still below the 20-day moving average, still below the 100-day moving average. So mukhang nag-resist lang tayo at the 6,911 or the 7K level dito sa 100-day moving average. So most likely baka mag-chop around tayo dito sa area na to. We don't know, but yun yung usual, no, lalong-lalo na USD PHP still rising. Still rising. So foreign inflows talagang tagtuyot yan. Lalo na umangat yung dollar. Siyempre, if you're a foreign investor, foreign institution, ilalagay mo pa ba yung pera mo to yung USD mo ba, convert mo pa to peso. Diba? Parang hindi siya logical. Lalo na, pangit yung market and malakas yung dollar. So, BTC tried to break above 100K. Na-reach ba yung 100K? Let's double check. I think hindi pa, no? So, maybe it will break above 100K sooner or later. But so far, we are at targets, no, coming from this big base. So, reaccumulation base is 52K up to 72K. So that's a 20K dollar difference. So 100% niyan, 100% extension is 100K level. 100K level. Logarithmic, log scale. So we're at target, so maybe mag-create tayo ng base dito. I-digest muna ng market yung initial leg up na yan. Then we shall see, 'di ba? So ideally, dapat antay ka muna ng base, you don't chase muna, 'di ba? Maybe mag-consolidate muna nga to. Lalong-lalo na we are seeing this bearish divergence, 'di ba? A higher high in price, same levels of RSI highs or a lower high, 'di ba? So meron ng onting pent-up supply kumbaga. So that's the signal yun yung main signal na binibigay ng ating RSI bear div. Ethereum still quite flat, although nag-counter rally last week. So Ethereum still in a base, diba? Still in a base. But one good thing with Ethereum, yung dating akala nating distribution, it got invalidated. Naging considered na siya as a reaccumulation. So BNB still quite flat din as well. So hindi pa rin tayo makapag-breakout to new all-time high. Tapos may onti pang rejection candles coming from this space. So if we break above 690, 700, that's the signal for BNB to move higher maybe. So Solana, sa mga pinakamalakas na crypto for the past few weeks. So halos same tracking lang yung ginagawa niya with BTC. So seasonality-wise, talagang malakas yung ating BTC during months of November and December. So on average, 17% up yung Solana and BTC, balik tingnan natin dito. So 27% on average yung ating BTC. So December seasonality much stronger for BTC. So yun nga, I think na i-post ko sa ating group yun na ang bias natin is to go long November, December, Solana and BTC. Then around January, February, BNB and then Ethereum. So seasonally strong yung BNB by January up to April or May. So Ethereum as well, seasonally strong by February up to June. Tapos let's look at others, yung parang altcoins na ano natin na benchmark. So others, quite flat, 'di ba? Altcoins quite flat ngayon eh. So seasonally strong yung altcoins by January up to June. So that's our bias. So we're done with other assets, Now let's go back to our main market, which is the US market, 'di ba? So wait lang, let's look at ilang minutes na ba tayo? 20 minutes in, so bilisan lang din natin. So ito yung parang on watch talaga natin, 'di ba? For this week. For PCE by 9:30 PM Philippine time, GDP growth rate 9:30 PM din, personal income. So last week, I think okay yung balikan natin 'to. Last week maganda yung flash PMI eh. Tama ba? So composite PMI 55, higher than expected, higher than previous month. Services PMI as well, 57 versus the consensus of 55.2. So yung naman, manufacturing PMI, flash PMI is in line. So far so good, ibig sabihin nun, malakas yung business side. Services and manufacturing. So let's look at market market group dashboard. So let's going back to the US market. Sectors wise, malakas pa rin yung financials. Syempre nandiyan yung Trump when deregulation theme or narrative. Communications strong as well, but ended the week quite flat dahil dun sa moves na ginawa ng Google and I think pati Meta nagkaroon ng onting shaky move last week. So mga communication names. So consumer discretionary up last week pero hindi siya yung super up. 1.25% up lang siya last week. Main mover natin last week are industrials and materials, 2.28% and 2.68% up for last week. Utilities doing good, technology doing good as well. So in terms of momentum composite scores, yung mga 70% above yan yung mga preferred sectors natin. So from XLU to XLF, pwede kang maghanap ng mga momentum or swing setups dyan. So in terms of market groups, last week, top mover natin are the following: cloud computing, blockchain, ano pa ba? So renewable energy doing good as well, quite odd. Ano yung mga names na gumagalaw dyan? Let's look. So renewable energy, ALTM, LAC, ATLX. Tingnan natin yung LAC baka ito yung gumalaw eh. So hindi pa naman pala. So ALTM. So I'm not sure bakit ang lakas nito last week. So bottom line, 70% above RSN Trend Composite scores. Yun yung mga preferred market groups natin. So from PBJ, food and beverage, up to blockchain. With blockchain leading all market themes, all market groups. Next is cloud computing, banks, regional banks, internet, mga software names natin. Uranium doing good as well last week. So up ng around 3.6%, 3.8% pala, sorry. Okay, so XME doing good, IPOs are doing good as well, 4.11% last week. So ito yung mga market groups in focus natin. So if you want to look for names under strong groups, punta ka lang dito sa ating Play Finder, just go to the weekly top-down scan list. So it automatically gets the strongest market groups. So from blockchain up to Mu, tapos consolidate niya lahat ng components dyan. So that's our market group. Now let's proceed with our bull momentum monitor. So yun nga, as I've said, maganda yung overall market breadth from the last trading day of the week last week. So big caps quite flat. Hindi naman, okay naman yung big caps pero mas malakas yung advances na mid caps and small caps. Industrials last week, sobrang dami nag-advance, financials as well. So real estate and consumer discretionary yung mga malalakas na sectors last week. So in terms of new high data, utilities are leading, di ba? So utilities and financials. So with utilities, nagpo-produce ng 41.94% of stocks printing new 52-week highs, new 20-day highs, and new 50-day highs. So if you want to look for momentum and swing setups na high probability na mag-breakout talaga, utilities yung magandang sector talaga. So later may mga names tayong kinandyan. So that's our bull momentum monitor. So in terms of earnings this week, I think parang onti na lang din yung mag-release ng earnings nila. So UXIN, Agilent. So let's go back to our weekly earnings summary. So ito yung ating earnings summary for the week. So Dell will release their earnings, ADI, CrowdStrike, Autodesk, Agilent, HAFN, Zoom, Nutanix. So yan lang naman yung mga high impact earnings releases for the week. So Dell will release their earnings by, tignan natin kailan to? November 26, Monday. Ay hindi, Tuesday after the bell. So ano yung next? I think interesting tong ano ba yan? CrowdStrike and ano pa ba? So far yun lang CrowdStrike. So i-release na din yung earnings niya ng Tuesday, November 26 after the bell. So year-to-date performance 45.8%. So yun lang, no? Yun lang yung mga highlight na earnings releases for the week. So there is a big dry up in day one earnings setup. So we focus our energy on post-earnings announcement if place. So in line with that, let's go to our focus list for the week of November 25. So onti lang, and i-discuss ko lang yung mga trade ideas ko dito. Then after this, I'm gonna be discussing my trades last week. So Carvana, sa mga top stocks on watch ko. Actually, last week pinaplan ko bumili at 246, 247, but I failed to buy this stock. So gumagalaw na rin siya. Pwedeng delayed entry mo is sa retest buy at 253. Tapos pwede mong iset yung stops mo slightly below this candle low. So around 240, 244. So that's the trade idea with Carvana. It's a post-earnings coil breakout. Tapos, left side resistance. Next left side resistance is at $300. So currently, we're at the point of control of this distribution range. So medyo mabigat talaga yan. Pero if mag-breakout yung presyo above this POC, distribution range POC, ibig sabihin, meron ka talagang committed buyers, diba? So next target mo is at $300. So if you want to buy on retest, tapos tight stops lang, lagay mo yung targets mo at 303, meron ka pa rin 4-to-1 reward risk for Carvana. So next is Comp. So medyo naiwan na rin ako dito sa name na to. So actually, dapat bibilin ko to at the recovery of the 20-day moving average, but may other names akong on prayo So Comp is a software name, tapos small cap. Tapos bigger picture, it's under early stage markup, diba? So right now, ang maganda with Comp is after earnings, nag-create siya ng rally, diba? Nag-create ng coil. Break below the coil, nag-pull back towards the 50-day moving average. So nag-hold siya sa 50-day. Right now, rallying above the 10-day moving average. Basically, it's an undercut and reclaim of the 10-day moving average. So ang pwedeng discarded dyan, you wait for a coil dito sa area na yan, sa above 10-day moving average. So if it creates a coil, a mini coil, most importantly, if it's being formed around above the anchor VWAP, then that's a viable trade idea. Yung AVWAP is anchored at the earnings. Earnings anchored VWAP ang tawag natin dyan. So that's Comp. Yun yung trade idea with Comp. You wait for a coil muna. So Upstart, looking at Upstart, all-time high yan. All-time high. Hindi pala, sorry. So it's transitioning to stage 2 markup, diba? So, since 2022, nag-create siya ng accumulation base. Recently IPO'd stock lang din siya. So, 5 years young, 4 years young stock. So, since it's transitioning to a markup, malaki yung potential niya, di ba? Malaki yung upside potential niya. So, right now, ang pinaka-diskarte with Upstart is we wait for a gap fill muna or pwede natin i-take tong coil breakout, di ba? Nag-breakout na rin siya sa earnings anchored VWAP eh. Use na, you know, earnings anchored VWAP, itong orange line. So, automatically anchored yan. So, right now, it's creating an inside bar setup above the anchored VWAP. So, pwede mong gawin dyan, buy and breakout ka dito, stops mo slightly below 70 or near 70. So, it's a tight stop. Then, what you can do is get this measured move or this trading range. Measured move natin is at $93. So, meron kang 4:1 reward risk. So, you risk $4.73 with a return of $19.31. So, it's a 4-to-1 reward risk. So, 6.32% downside, upside potential is 25.8% in percentage terms. So, next is SQ, block. So, looking at block, tignan natin yung big picture. Ito ata yung all-time high. Hindi rin, sorry. So, it's under stage 2 markup. So, kanina, ang dami ko kasing nakitang all-time high. So, SQ is transitioning to a markup phase, diba? Or at markup phase na siya. Early stage markup. So, ang pinaka-setup natin dito is a coil, a mini coil dito sa initial move after earnings. So, ito yung earnings, ito ko ng initial move. So, it's a 1-week move, upside move, or leg up. So, ngayon nagkikreate siya ng parang inside bar setup, di ba? So, ang sa akin, maybe, much better if it touches the 10-day moving average first, then dun mo siya kunin, then it's gonna rally toward 110 most likely. A break above 100 is good, di ba? Kasi psychological level yan. Malakas yung breakout sa mga level na ganyan. So, that's SQ. Next is Coinbase. So, still coiling. So, out of all crypto equities, siya yung isa sa mga mahihina for the past few days. So, I think dahil na rin sa big decline ni MSTR, so nadamay siya. So, anyway, Coinbase still coiling. It's producing a viable coil breakout setup. So, tapos, by the looks of coin, looks like we're still under big picture accumulation, di ba? Big picture accumulation. Mukha siyang cup and handle, di ba? Mukha siyang cup and handle. Pero it doesn't matter. Bottom line dyan, it's a multi-year accumulation. So, if it breaks above all-time high, malaki yung gagalaw nitong stock na to. So, next is Tesla. So, tagal ko nang hawak tong Tesla. So, initially, I bought Tesla dito sa post-earnings pullback. So, nagkaroon ng earnings, nagkaroon ng 2-day up move, nag-pull back towards the 10-day moving average on the 20-day. So, I bought this at around November 5 on election day. So, maganda yung reaction on election day. November 6, maganda yung move. So, nagbenta ako onte. Then, right now, I'm adding with Tesla. No? So, nagkikreate kasi siya ng parang continuation pattern. Looks like a box. Looks like a square root reaccumulation pattern. Doesn't matter. Pero bottom line dyan is meron kang regulatory bias, may fundamental catalyst ka. Maganda rin yung technical sa overall. So, if wala ka pa nito, ang pinaka pwede mong gawing diskarte dyan is you wait for actually breakout na siya eh. Maybe wait for a retest from this trading range high sa 350. Then stops mo ilagay mo at 335. So, ang sinasabi ko dito is, ito yung reaccumulations. Ito yung square root reaccumulation pattern. So, meron kang initial pullback, tapos nag-create siya ng box base, or a flat base. Kung naman gusto mo itawag dyan, di ba? So, ngayon nag-create siya ng inside bar. A viable inside bar. So, yun yung setup with Tesla. So, maybe by the breakout of the inside bar, stops mo, i-widen mo na onte at 335. Viable approach naman yun with Tesla. Next is RELY. So, actually, gumagalaw na rin kasi ito eh, no? So, it's a post-earnings coil breakout. So, after earnings, nag-gap up siya, moved higher. After a few days, nagkaroon na initial leg up or follow-through leg up, tapos consolidate. consolidate. Mukha din siyang square root square root reaccumulation pattern, eh, 'di ba? Pero, not too perfect tulad nung ginawa ng Tesla. So right now, ang pinaka-setup dito is maybe wait for a retest at 20.73 or pwede rin yung buy on dip at 20. Stops mo ilagay mo slightly below the earnings anchored VWAP. So, overall, looking good, 'di ba? Looking good yung Real. Tapos fintech name. So, sa mga malalakas na groups yan, fintech payments. So, Travelers Company. So, TRV. So, TRV, after earnings, nag-create siya ng big pullback. Tinest niya yung 50-day moving average after a few days, nag-rally. Actually, after election result, nag-rally. Consolidated right now, chopping around at this level. Maybe a break above 260 is a viable buy. Stops mo ilagay mo sa 255. So, TRV is a multi-line insurance name. So, if you have higher yields, higher dollar, maganda siya for insurance companies. So, that's TRV. So, JP Morgan as well, creating a coil. So, post-election coil yan eh. So, after election, nag-gap up siya, nag-move higher, nag-coil. Right now, breaking above the coil. So, if you want to buy this stock, maybe buy the retest at 247. Stops mo ilagay mo at 238. So, JP Morgan, overall, still on an uptrend, early stage. I believe, early stage markup pa rin to, itong JP Morgan. So, ito kasi yung big base niya. Yan, ito yung big base. So, since 2022. So, sa mid to late stage na tayo. So, nasa 1618 level na tayo from this accumulation base. Eh. So, initial target. So, Goldman Sachs. It's also a post-election coil. Let's, So, after election, gap up siya, moved higher. Para din siyang, post-earnings announcement drift play. Pero, ito kasi event-driven eh. So, post-election tawag natin dito. Post-election announcement drift play. Di ba? So, pinaka-bottom line dyan, nag-create siya ng pullback, nag-undercut and reclaim ng 10-day moving average. So, setup with GS right now, maybe, pwede naman kunin at 600, stops mo widen mo at 576. Malaki pa rin naman yung upside potential niya, di ba? So, pwede mong gawin dyan, get this swing low to swing high. Next targets mo is at 670 pala, sorry. 670. So, malayo-layo. It's a swing play na tipong hawakan mo more than 2 weeks. So, that's Goldman Sachs. Next is COF. Nag-break out na rin siya dito sa wedge niya. Na-reclaim niya rin yung 10-day moving average. So, usually, sa mga ganitong klaseng price action, i-create yan na intraday consolidation. So, basically, it's a channel break, di ba? Channel break. After every channel break, i-create yan ng, it's either consolidation pattern or a pullback towards the next support level. Pwede yung anchored VWAP, yung earnings anchored VWAP, or the highest high anchored VWAP. So, ito kasi yan eh. So, nag-breakout siya dito sa highest high anchored VWAP. So, ngayon, pwede niyang i-test yan ulit as support. So, that's COF. Next is Payoneer. So, Payoneer, meron din ako nito. So, yung position ko with Payoneer. Payoneer. Ito. So, I bought this at 10.50 dito, banda dito. So, basically, it's a 10-day moving average kiss and rally. So, after the kiss, dito sa 10-day moving average, itong gray line, I was expecting mag-rally siya. So, after the kiss, nag-create muna siya ng coil, and then, our targets is at 12.20, 12.30. So, that's Payoneer. It's a post-earnings coil breakout. So, we can treat this as a coil, diba? Doesn't matter. Bottom line, consolidate siya. It's a sign of reaccumulation. Next is ASTS. So, ASTS, bigger picture. Maganda yung retest niya, Maganda yung retest niya from this all-time high level. So, isa to sa mga gusto kong stocks din right now. Maganda yung fundamentals niya eh. Parang siyang Starlink pero more on broadband. Broadband distribution. At saka telecommunication. Ano siya, na low orbit. So, most likely baka sooner or later baka i-acquire 'to ng, Starlink, eh, I'm not sure. Pero isa yun sa mga hunches. So, right now ang pinaka-setup natin dito, 'di ba after earnings nag-gap down siya pero it recovered. Maganda yung naging candle niya, nag-create siya ng parang hammer, nag-rally pa siya for 3 days, ngayon nagpo-pullback or establishing a mini base. So, ito yung earnings move. Ngayon nagki-create siya ng parang wedge or something. So, pag magkaroon tayo ng wedge pop, break above 25, then that's gonna be a good trigger for us to uh, buy in anticipation for the next leg up. Next leg up. So, tagal na rin siya nagko-consolidate, eh. So, since August, so almost 2 to 3 months na rin, mahigit. So, next is payment tools, another payment-related name. So, looking at the bigger picture, looks like it's under stage 2 markup. Di ba? So, IPO nung 2021, ito yung big IPO base. So, if it breaks above the IPO base, all-time high na yan, wala na yung kalaban na break-even sellers. So, looking at the earnings scorecard, maganda rin yung earnings niya. Tignan natin. So, looking at the earnings scorecard, rising revenues, rising sales, tumataas din yung EPS niya. So, good earnings overall, tapos ano pa, small cap. So, mataas yung upside potential overall. So, payment tools. So, inside bar setup to. So, right now, medyo alanganin pang bilhin to. Alanganin pa siyang bilhin. So, antay muna tayo ng consolidation pattern or a pullback towards the 10-day moving average. Or if mag-stall out siya dyan, tapos the 10-day moving average kisses the candlesticks or the candles. Then yun, baka mag-rally na siya toward 40, 45, 44. Yung 1618 level of this mother bar. So next is PCG, a utility name. So PCG, bigger picture, all-time high. Ay, hindi pala. Sorry. Multi-year high. So it's under stage 2 markup. Tapos, looking at the post-earnings move, nag-rally siya by around 5 days. Ngayon nagka-coil. So, nag-breakout na rin siya sa 21. So, pwede mong gawin dyan, buy on retest ka 21.20 or 21. Stops mo yung about 20.8. Targets wise, pinaka-targets natin dyan is at 22. 22 or $23. So, next is ETR. ETR is also an inside bar setup. So, ETR is a utility name as well, one of the strongest market groups or market sectors. So, bigger picture, ETR, ito yung all-time high pala. Ito yung isang all-time high na utility name. So, since 2007, nag-consolidate na siya dito sa trading range na to, di ba? Tapos ngayon lang siya nag-breakout. So, the bigger the base, the higher in space. So, ngayon, ang pinaka-setup natin with ETR is a post-earnings coil. So, after earnings, maganda yung naging reaction ng market. Right now, consolidating. If it breaks above 153, or pwede buy on retest ka at 150. If you want to buy on support, dating resistance will now turn na support. Stops mo, ilagay mo at 143. Targets wise, 1:1 nitong mother bar is at 174. Next is EMR, another post-earnings coil. So after earnings, gap up, moved higher, and consolidate right now, kissing the 10-day moving average. So Emerson is at all-time high name to. Wala ka ng kalaban na break-even seller. So ngayon, pinaka-discarte with EMR is wait for breakout of this coil. Maybe around at 130.2, 130.10. Doesn't matter, pwedeng mag-anticipate ka. Stops mo ligay mo at 127, 126. So that's the trade idea with EMR. Next is Lumen. Ngayon nagpo-pullback siya sa 20-day moving average. So after a strong earnings move, i-create din siya ng post-earnings pullback na malakas. Right now, pinaka nakikita natin with Lumen is nag-breakout na siya dito sa channel niya, di ba? So meron tayong channel dito. Nag-RTL break siya. After the RTL break, right now it's creating a coil. It's creating a coil. Ito yung sinasabi ko, di ba? Every after a channel break is a coil. So ito yung coil. Maybe by the breakout of 8.24, 8.3, stops mo ilagay mo at 7.7. That's a viable trade idea. So sa 1 hour time frame, ang current red flag natin with Lumen is we're below the 100 SMA line sa 1 hour time frame. So if it recovers above the 100 the 100 SMA line sa 1 hour time frame, that's a good sign. That's a good sign. Aligned na siya with the higher time frame, kumbaga. Kasi yung daily natin, we're above the 20, we're above the 50 and 100-day moving average. So if it aligns with the higher time frame, yun, maybe yun na yung time talaga for Lumen to move higher. Lalong-lalo na, Lumen is under stage 2 markup. Stage 2 markup. Ito yung big accumulation base niya. Diba? Ito yung big accumulation base natin. So targets-wise, 1618, malayo-layo. Sa 29, sa 30. So if structure-wise, next target mo dyan, most likely dito sa $15, 1465. Or sa VPOC na itong trading range na yan. So nasaan ba yung mga karamihan ng break-even sellers? So nandito sa 1080, sa 11 na lang, 11. So if we dive deeper with Lumen, malaki pa yung upside potential niya if you want to buy it at $8, di ba? $8. Target mo is at 13, $12. Mayroon kang upside potential of 4 to 1, 3 to 1. So, tight, i-widen na natin, tapos target natin at 12. Malaki pa rin, overall. Mayroon kang 2 to 1, 3 to 1. So, next is JCI, Johnson Controls. So, it's also a post-earnings pullback. So, after earnings, na-move higher siya by 5 days. So, ito yung sinasabi kong earnings momentum surge. So, after that, nag-create siya ng pullback. So, if it reclaims the 10-day moving average, yun yung magiging signal natin for JCI. So, lagay tayo na alert. So, main idea is wait for a reclaim of the 10-day moving average, diba? Tapos yung JCI, all-time high breakout pa siya, coming from a multi-year base, a 2-year base. So, we can say na reaccumulation structure to. And right now, we're transitioning to another stage 2 markup. So, malaking potential, upside potential. Targets-wise, paano natin set yung targets? Pwedeng from the swing low to the swing high, doesn't matter. So, if we're gonna treat this initial leg up as our reference, targets natin is at 95 or roughly near $100. So, malaking upside potential niya. Kung dito mo siya kukunin at 84, stops mo at 82, meron kang more than 3 to 1. 3 to 1, I believe. Tignan natin. 4 to 1 to be exact. So that's JCI. Next is Frey. So also post-earnings coil. So after earnings, maganda yung reaction, create ng coil, consolidate. Maybe wait for a retest at 2.3, 2.4. Tapos stops mo igay mo dito sa 2.11. So Frey is under stage 2 markup or transitioning to a stage 2 markup. So tagal na rin yung downtrend, diba? So nahanap niya yung footing niya. Right now, it's attempting to break above $3. Next is Fresh. So, Freshworks, tingnan natin yung daily time frame. It's also a post-earnings coil. So, in this case, nag-up up siya, moved higher, create ng coil. Eventually, the coil dropped and then even went below the earnings candle low. So, ang sa akin, ang maganda dito with Freshworks, it recovered above the earnings candle low. So, gusto natin yun, di ba? Consider dyan as a bear trap. Madami ka na webso na tao na bumibili at this level. So ngayon, what you want to see for Freshworks at the lower time frame is a good coil near $17. So as much as possible, mag-range around 16 to $17 area siya. So $1 area na yun. So next is Bros. So looking at Bros, bigger picture, tignan natin yung weekly time frame. So we're under stage 2 markup, I believe. So ito yung accumulation base since 2022. Recently IPO'd stock lang din siya. On the daily, we can see this post-earnings coil, post-earnings coil. After the 10-day kiss and rally, create ulit siya ng mini coil inside bar. So if you want to trade this, although mga comment ko lang, malit na yung upside potential, pero pwede pa rin. So, inside bar breakout, stops mo, lagay mo slightly below $50, targets mo, lagay mo at $60. So, ito yung mga swing highs natin, mga structure resistance. 65 and then the $80 area. $80 area. Yan. So, malaki pa naman yung upside potential overall if kukunin mo siya at this inside bar. Diba? So, meron ka pa ding T21, T21, 221. So, kahit i-tight stop mo, meron kang 4.5. Diba? 4.5 to 5 is so on with pros. So, next is upwork. So, after earnings, nag-up up siya, moved lower, created a pullback, found its support at the MA20 line, at the daily, reclaiming the 10-day moving average. So, for upwork, what you want to see is a consolidation at 1550 up to 1630. So, if mag-coil yan, maybe around second half of the week, maybe kunin ko na. So, that's Upwork. Upwork, bigger picture, under stage 2. Yeah. Under stage 2 markup. Next is HBI. So, Haynes brand. So, it's also a post-earnings coil. After earnings, maganda yung naging momentum candle. Rate ng coil. So, maybe you can buy the breakout of 8.7. Stops mo, ilagay mo at 7.7. Bigger picture, it's under stage 2 markup. Ito yung big base natin. So, malaking potential niya. So, next is PRMB, Primo brand. So, it's also post-earnings coil. So, after earnings, nag-rally siya. After a strong 5-day rally, it's creating a pullback or mini coil near the 10-day moving average. So, pwede mo gawin dyan, buy and breakout at 29, stops mo lagay mo at 27. Targets-wise, malaki-laki pa yung upside mo. So, from this initial leg up to this swing high level, we can set our targets at 32. Tapos, bigger picture, PRMB. PRMB, I think all-time high to eh. All-time high ba to? Yun, all-time high siya. So, path of least resistance. Path of least resistance. Next is Palantir. So, meron akong Palantir. Ayan. So, meron pa akong 280 shares of Palantir. So, ang naging trade ko with Palantir is ito So, after earnings, nag-create siya ng consolidation pattern, di ba? So, nakuha ko yan. Nakuha ko to. And then, right now, I'm adding na lang with Palantir at 101. Tama ba? Kailan ba yung last buy ko with Palantir? Ayun, November 23. Ng madaling araw. November 23. I bought 140 shares. So, ayan. Palantir. I think mayroon siyang potential, no? So, it's a post-earnings coil breakout. So, next is Expedia. Another bear trap dito sa earnings candle low. So, after earnings, nag-gap up siya but got faded. After the fade, create siya ng coil. After break below the coil, it also broke below the 10-day moving average and then reclaiming it. So ngayon, ang makikita natin with Expedia sa lower time frame, we're gonna drill down sa 1-hour time frame. It's creating a mini coil most likely. So ito yun. Ito yun. So one thing na gusto nating makita with Expedia is mag-create siya ng coil dito. Tapos mag-breakout siya. So far, right now, we're above the earnings anchored VWAP. So that's good. So next is FlyW. It's also post-earnings coil. After earnings, nag-gap up siya, moved higher for 2 days. Creates a coil, kiss the 10-day moving average, and then right now, about to break above the $23 area. So I think it's under accumulation, itong name na to, yung Flyware. Tapos nasa ano tayo, late stage accumulation, I think. So, pwede mo gawin dyan, just sell the resistance area. Sell at the resistance area at 32. Lalo na, you're still under accumulation, diba? So, next is FTNT. FTNT, it's also a post-earnings pullback. After earnings, gap up siya, moved higher. Nag-move higher siya for 3 days and then creates a pullback. Ngayon, it's trying to reclaim the 10-day moving average, but right now, still failing to do so. So, bigger picture, FTNT, weekly time frame, we're under early stage markup. Ito yung reaccumulation base natin since 2022, diba? So, targets-wise, from this big base, 1618 level is at 112, 112, 113. So ngayon sa daily time frame, pwede nating set up dito with 50 net is a channel breakout, channel breakout. So if we're gonna drill down sa 1 hour time frame, sa ngayon medyo pass pa, 'di ba? Kasi below the anchored VWAP pa siya. So ang sa akin, if it breaks above this earnings anchored VWAP, yun yung maging trigger natin. So this is the channel. After every channel break comes the coil. So you can buy the breakout of the coil, mini coil, then stops mo slightly below the mini coil. Targets wise, malay yung magiging target natin, di ba? Since meron tayong initial leg up. So we can use this as our reference leg. Targets wise, nasa 120. 120. Mahalaga kasi dito with 40 net is a break above $100. Yung round number area na yun. So ang sa akin, lagay muna ako na alert dito. Greater than. So next is TS. Tenaris. So daily time frame, it's also a post-earnings coil breakout. So after earnings, nag-gap up siya, moved higher for 2 days, create ng coil. Right now, breaking above the coil. Pwede natin gawin dito is wait for a retest. At 37.15, tapos stops mo lagay mo at 36.38. So that's TS. Weekly time frame, meron pa tayong left side resistance, so madami ka pang ipit at this level. Pero overall, we're on a strong uptrend. Tapos we're about to break above this multi-year trading range. So since 2009, hindi pa rin siya makaalis sa $40. So if it breaks above $40, malaking development yun with TS. So next is Genpact. It's also a post-earnings pullback. Pero dito, in this case, it's an undercut and reclaim setup. So after earnings, nagano siya, gap up, tapos consolidate. Broke below this consolidation structure, broke below the earnings candle low, but right now, recovering above it. So pwede mong gawing diskarte with Genpact. So lower time frame, 1 hour time frame. Ang pwede mong gawing peg dyan is yung earnings anchored VWAP, diba? So above it, bullish, below it, bearish. And what we want to see is a bullish consolidation above the anchored VWAP. Tulad nito, di ba? It's considered as an inside bar, di ba? So meron kang mother bar, meron kang inside bars dito sa mother bar na yan. So if it breaks above 47, that's a good sign for Genpact. So lagay muna tayo na alert with G. So next is Aust. So Aust is also a post-earnings pullback play. After earnings, nag-rally siya for 2 days. After 2 days, nag-pull back, even went below the earnings anchored VWAP. Itong orange line. So 1 hour time frame, kitang-kita, di ba? Initial move, pullback move, consolidates below the anchored VWAP, right now above the anchored VWAP. So ang pwede natin gawin dyan, wait for a much constructive coil at around $10 area. So I think ang magandang maging price action yung consolidate muna siya near anchored VWAP. So weekly time frame for Aust, we're under early stage markup. Late stage accumulation pala. Late stage accumulation. So ito yung early stage accumulation dito. Nung nag-create ng higher low, that's the time na we can declare this as mid to late stage accumulation. So that's Aust. Next is Aqua. So daily time frame, looking at Aqua, it's also a post-earnings coil. Pero it's the second coil after this mini coil. So, gap up muna siya, move higher for 3 days, proceeds to create a pullback, di ba? And right now, breaking above that pullback level. Okay, so ACV auctions, weekly time frame tingnan natin. So we're under early stage markup. Gumawa din siyang square root pattern, di ba? Meron kang initial sell down, sell off, nag-recover, nag-create ng consolidation pattern. Pahinga. So Aqua, may potential naman overall, pero mukhang maliit na ng reward risk eh. So, buy and breakout, mother bar, stops mo slightly below the mother bar. Targets natin, pwede natin iset from this swing low, then the next recent swing high dito. Yung post earning swing high level. So, meron ka pang 1.5:1. Maliit na lang actually, maliit na lang. Pero syempre wide stop 'yan, eh. If you want to tighten yung stop, syempre lalaki yung reward risk mo. So, that's ACBA. Next is ERJ. So, ERJ is under Aerospace and Defense. So, medyo ano lang siya, spready and gappy. So, trade with caution, tong ERG. Pero maganda yung ano niya eh. I think maganda yung sector and segment niya eh. We're under Aerospace and Defense. Maganda pa yung RS rating. After the earnings scandal, the earnings momentum surge, consolidate. Like, so, pwede natin gawin dyan. Lagay muna tayo ng alert. Next is Genie. So, Genie, after earnings, nag-gap up siya, nag-move higher, even for the second day, then proceeds to pull back towards the 10-day moving average. So, ito yung sinasabi ko, yung reclaim dito sa earnings anchored, sa earnings candle low. So if it reclaims the earnings candle low within just 5 days, that's a good sign. Ibig sabihin, meron ka talagang aggressive buyers na gustong supportahan yung price. So, pwede na lang gawin with Genie is buy on breakout of this inside bar setup. Stops mo slightly below 856. Targets wise, Genie, since it's a small cap, it's a small cap na under stage 2. Malaking potential niya actually. Kasi from this swing low to the swing high, ang projected upside mo is up to the 1618 level. Eh. Pessimistic na yun, 2150. So, malaking upside potential actually. So, that's Genie. Next is Shopify. So, it's also a post-earnings coil or a pullback. Doesn't matter. Sa daily time frame, it's an undercut and reclaim of the earnings candle low. So, ito yung earnings candle natin. Ayan. So, nag-gap up siya. Nag-chop around. Price went below the earnings candle low. Right now, it's recovering above the earnings candle low. So, big potential with Shopify. Tapos, I think all-time high din to eh. Hindi pala, sorry. So, under stage 2 markup, early stage 2 markup. So, that's Shopify. Next is Spot. So, Spotify, meron din ako nito. So, kailan ko pa ito hawak? So, Spot. Yan. So, meron akong 11 shares pa. Meron pa akong 11 shares. So far, no sell signal pa eh. So, I'm gonna use my initial position as may anchor. For the next setup. So, ang setup na nakikita with Spot is a post-earnings call breakout. So, pwede mag-breakout yan dyan sa 477. Pwede mo gawin dyan is stop small slightly below the swing low. Most recent swing low. Targets wise, most likely yung 520 level. Kasi may round number area na yun. Or the measured move of this initial reference leg up. So, 1618 level is at 570. So, upside potential of 18%, downside potential of 5.89%. So, next is HOT. So, one of the laggards in the crypto equity space. So, HOT, let's look at the bigger picture, weekly time frame. So, we're under stage 2 markup, di ba? So, coming from stage 1 accumulation, we're now at stage 2 markup. So, let's revisit the earnings. Tingnan natin yung earnings So far, so good. Maganda yung revenues niya. Higher than expected. Okay din yung earnings. Okay din EPS. So, pwedeng diskarte with this name is wait for a breakout of the call at around 2650. So, pwede kang mag-set ng buy stop order, buy stop limit order. But, ayan, may potential tong HOT. So, left side resistance for HOT looks like the next resistance level is at $40. $40 area. Pwede rin natin gawin is get this distribution range. Then, let's get the point of control. So, ibig sabihin nun, madaming ipit dun sa area na yun. So, actually, sa point of control na tayo, sa $30 area. So, next hard target is at the value area high, which is at $55 area. So, next is Oklo, one of the strongest nuclear names. So, basically, it's a base breakout eh. Di ko masabing post-earnings coil breakout check. Basically, nung mag-recover siya above this earnings candle, that's a good sign for Oklo. So, pwede natin discard dyan, get this size. Targets natin is at 36, 35, 30. So, malaking upside. Okay din yung upside ni Oklo overall. It actually depends how you will put your stops and targets. Next is Palantir. So, meron din ako Palantir. Ano ba yan? So, meron pa akong 218 shares. So, goal with this name is trade this coil after this strong momentum surge. Post-earnings momentum surge. So, Palantir all-time high din to ata. Tama ba? Tingnan natin So, near all-time high. Actually, all-time high pala. Sorry. All-time high. So, AI-related name to. So, ang ganda nung coil kasi. Ang ganda nung coil. So, if we break above this coil, maybe mag-proceed siya toward $80 area. So, Palantir. Next is PayPal. So, it's also a pullback play. Pullback siya toward the 20-day. Right now, creating this mini coil. Tingnan natin to. So, nag-break out na siya sa mini coil. So, ang sa akin, di pa pala. Sorry. So, meron tayong wedge, di ba? Or channel. So, nag-breakout sa channel. Maybe wait for a mini coil. Tulad ng sinabi ko. Diyan sa area na yan. Sa $86 to $87 area. Lastly, DoorDash. So, let's look at the daily time frame. So, DoorDash, bigger picture, I think all-time high din to. Hindi pala, sorry. So, multi-year high pala. So, ito yung accumulation base. Mukha siyang cup and handle, di ba? Mukha siyang cup and handle. So, targets-wise of this cup and handle is at 1618, roughly near the $300 area. So, ngayon, may significant swing high tayo dyan. So, weekly time frame pwede natin gawin. Wait for a breakout of this mini coil. Then, the next target is at $200, I think. So, from the swing low to the swing high, targets natin initially is at 190, hard target is at $200. So, that's our stocks in focus for November 25. So, medyo madami. So, hopefully, na-endure nyo yun and everything. So, to sum it all up, US market, good. We're under momentum land, take advantage of it. Strongest sectors, financials, industrials, utilities, tech, software, ano pa ba? In terms of themes, blockchain is good. Blockchain software names are good. Fintech as well. Nuclear, okay din. PSE, tuyot pa din eh. Crypto, ang daming setups. Pero focus on high market cap coins. High market cap coins. Tapos as much as possible mga US made coins kasi yun yung preferred ng Donald Trump admin. So anyway, so far wala na ako nalilimutan. Again, this week, high impact news is core PC and second estimate ng GDP. Q3 estimate. So yun, that ends our weekly briefing session. So I hope na may natutunan kayo. If you have any questions, just PM me. Can reach out to me sa Discord natin. So may mga nagchat naman, although sa Discord group natin, medyo tahimik, kakayaan. Anyway, yun, good luck, God bless, and stay safe out there. Don't commit too much. Don't be blindsided by gains, or huwag niyo ilagay yung gains sa utak nyo. So, ayun, risk management as always. Meron naman tayong daily updates coming from Marketman. Diba? So, meron naman tayong Pulseman pala, sorry. Meron naman tayong guidance in our risk management. So, yun, galingan ninyo. No? So, see you on the next video. God bless and goodbye.